all of you Vainglorious, you wonderful people, and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where a truck just nearly ran over a lot of people. So, this is the view we've kind of been looking at, is down toward the city, and as you can see, it has filled out quite a bit more than where we left off. So that's lots of planes flying over. Good sign. Anyways, lots have changed. Lots has changed. And mainly all of this is now here. This all happened during live streams, so make sure you check out that Twitch archive. And you can see the farmland and the logging industry, and then these suburbs get built. Because that's when it happened. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I kind of want to get a train station in somewhere here, but I'm not really certain how to do it. We may wind up changing this road here a little bit. The reason being is I thought, you see all this over here, again, did this during the live stream, ignore this horrible transition, that's not going to stay. This will all be replaced by roads, and anyways, we did bring in a whole new highway exit off of here, as well as over here, to where I can eventually build onto this area. And I thought that's where I was going to go next, so I put in all these nice, lovely bridges, and 4 in total to get people across. But then I realized towards the end of the stream, we actually have some really good buildable land over here, some nice flat lands. It does start going up into hills pretty quick. In fact, if we bring up our little elevation tool, if I can find it, I always have trouble finding it. There it is. It does start rising up like here pretty quick, but for the most part, we've got a pretty nice flat area here, and it kind of extends all the way around and back into this river. I think we could do something really cool with that. My concern with this is, oh wow, that's really cool. I've never noticed that before. Is that an actual object? It is. Neat. My concern is that there would be limited areas for the highway to connect. Because as you can see, I could get a highway in like here to bring people in. But then getting a second one, like I couldn't do a second exit here because all that rock is in the way. Guess we could tunnel through it. I don't know. This, I could redo this and give myself another exit, but it would be really tricky. And really the only other place would be over here, but gosh, I don't want to ruin that. That's pretty. That's just kind of cool. I guess we could like turn off the collisions thing and just have it go over it. I don't know. And then maybe bring a highway in back here. I just don't want to try to get a big populated area running off of just one connection. I think that would be bad. Not going to do anything over here, even though it is nice and flat. I don't know. We may eventually do something. I shouldn't say never, but we may eventually build bridges across or something and then bring those roads underneath there. We could maybe do some industry or even maybe do some utilities. That would be a good thing to put out here. Like, consolidate all of these water buildings and my waste treatment, which I'm not there, right? Waste treatment and all that. That might not be a bad idea, but I want to get started on expanding out this direction. And one thing I'd like it to have eventually would be a train station. I mean, we've got this train track coming in here, so why not? Because the only way for people to get around, like people that live over here, they would have to drive all this way, back up through here, get on the highway, come around, come back down and around, or jump on a train that comes out here and brings them over there. So I'm not going to connect it up by metro. I could, but I'm not going to because I want to take the train. So yeah, I'd kind of like to get a train station in here. So, it's almost as though I need to build on this end first. So maybe we should just flatten out this hill. I really hate doing that because then you lose a lot of character in a map. And I mean, not that it does anything functionally, but it's just something nice to look at on the map. Now I'm kind of debating on what I should do. Let's take a moment and think. That's what we'll do. And now as we've jumped over here, I've kind of made my decision. What we're going to do is, I like this detail. I think it's really nice. But it can be moved. I mean, this is so simple to move. We grab our marquee selection. Yeah, marquee selection. And we just go like that, and then deselect. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. How do I add multiple things? Just press shift again. Okay. So what we can do is grab all these little trees, and then just bring this all over to here, and then just raise it up. Ooh, some of them are at different levels. That's okay. We can fix that. Just raise that all up so it's not looking funky. And then bring the sand. Well, not bring the sand, but I can draw sand. Like so. We can give it kind of a harder brush, and I can just kind of replicate that area. That's not too bad. And then I can even, let's see, we want to go brush size, single one, brush strength. Let's actually, no, let's bring brush size up, but make it really weak and just kind of, well, that's building up. No, that's building down. Right click, builds down, okay. And then just kind of replicate what we had over there on the edges. I might be going a little too far here, actually. I am going a little too far, but whatever. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. And then we'll just pick a spot. Like there. Whoops. Let's soften on what level? No, on what level? Where's level? There's level. We'll pick that spot and we'll say, let's level all this. That's down here. And by these rocks. And by these rocks. Bring them down. And by these rocks too. Bring all those down. And then we'll come in here with soften. And make it ultra soft here, but bring up its strength, and then we'll just soften that hard edge, and that should make it look okay. I'm not the best terraformer, not terraformer. I form terror. I'm not the best terraformer when it comes to City Skylines, but I think that looks all right. I think it kind of nailed it. I mean, it's not as good as that one was, but the reason I want to go down here is because I do want to have a railroad off of this pretty soon. So we're going to work on that. But first, we need to figure out where we're going to be able to get a railroad station down here. And that's going to be tricky. Because this is one way in and one way out. I don't want them having to go... Like, the passenger train should not in any way go through here, going back out. So I think what we can do is, excuse me, cough in your ear. I think what I can do is split a track off here, like right about here, and have it come down right in behind here up to a train station that's like right here-ish, and maybe just off of this road. Probably would need to make this a 4-lane road as well, though, so let's go ahead and do that. Actually, I could just have the train station be right here in the middle of all this commercial. That would probably be the smarter idea. That way it's a little more centralized, and there's already a bus stop right there. Yeah, that's a much better idea, actually, is to have it there. Thank you, Brandon. I'm glad you thought of that. Let's see. What do I have for train stations? Mountain train station, University train station. I've got this little village train station. So it's already occupied by... None of those are... I put it there, but I don't want it across from all those. What are you saying space is already occupied by here? Oh, they're going to fit right there. Let's see how that one looks. Ooh, it doesn't go back very far. So I'm going to be cutting into trains. Or not trains, into buildings. Like that building, Elder Care, would have to move over to There. So then I can just bring that swoop off of there, right? Yeah, hopefully. So let's press the right button and come in here. I want these tracks right here. See if I can't make this connect up in a way that I like. I like it to come up like here, but then kind of straighten out a bit, just for a second. Like to about there, and then that way it goes off. Is that too funky of a turn? I can defunkify it if so. Yeah, let's defunkify that. I don't quite like where that is. I want single node selection. Thank you. Let's bring that in. Let's get rid of that curve so it's not as sharp. Move that closer or back? It's doing weird things with the poles here. There we go. So then maybe move this around a bit and fiddle with that a bit. Just doing really weird things with the tracks at the moment. I don't... Maybe it's because of where the angle is. There we go. No, that wasn't the problem. Maybe if we bring that over a little bit. Maybe get this back over where it was a little more. Well, it's still functional, and we'll just pretend it looks fine. How's that sound? Sounds good to me. And then maybe do some snapping here, so this is a little straighter coming off of here. Just for a moment. There we go. And then it's just got a gentler curve. It's still not exactly the way I want it, but I'm not the best with railroad tracks. So then I can zone this in to replace that commercial that we tore down. And they will eventually build back in. So that will be a nice place for a train station. There's a bus stop right there. There shouldn't be too much conflicting traffic. If there is, I'll split it off even farther somewhere between passenger and all that. So the next thing that we need to do is over here and figure out how we want to bring the highway in. Obviously, it's going to need to stay elevated over the river. Just to be able to clear the train tracks and everything. In fact, we probably... So it looks like these train tracks go uphill a little bit right here. Maybe not. Maybe they're still as slow as they were. Okay. So I need to pause the game and just pick the spot where the road starts going straight, which is right there. And clear out a generous portion of it. And then just find a nice little interchange I like. I've been using the same one pretty much throughout this entire playthrough. It's something like this. I need to cut out a little bit more to make that fit. And then if we just raise it up, then it will be roughly at the right level. We might have to do some adjusting, but I'm okay with... Ooh, that's not the right one. That was a monster that I just picked up there. Slope too steep, it's saying, but then it likes it there. But to get it straight, what we're going to do is anarchy it in and then fix whatever slope it's complaining about. Let me get it to snap in to where it's a little straighter here. There we go. We're going to turn anarchy on, turn that on. And then I think it's, yeah, it's over here that the slopes and things were being a pain. So we just need to fix some stuff back in through here to make it not look so, you know, stupid. But that's easy. That's easy to fix. So we'll do that real quick with a nice little 3-lane highway to connect to there. And then we'll connect this end and we'll connect to that end. And then what we need to do is just grab all of these nodes that start going down. This is going to be a mess for just a minute. But just a minute. We're going to make all those the same height as that one, just to flatten it all out, and then we'll need to raise this up, obviously, because that's not how roads work. That's how you decapitate people. So we'll do the same thing to the other side. And to probably about there, because it looks like the rest of it's pretty level. Yep. So we will level that out to there. So that's now nice and level for the most part, it looks like. This does kind of a weird wiggle right here, so let's fix that weird wiggle. All you do is just grab it with your toggle snapping turned on and just kind of literally just wiggle it back and forth a little bit and it'll straighten out. It's going the wrong direction though, is it really? It is. You are so right, game. You are so right. And then we should probably go ahead and make this side the same height as that side, just so that slope looks a little better. Maybe right here too. There you go, that looks better. And then we need to bring these, we could actually have them go under. But no, we need them to be higher up. Okay, yeah. So what we need to do is now make these two ends as high as this as well. Ooh, that's funky. Because that is where the height that we're going to need to get over the railroad, going out that way. So we just go through now and raise up a lot of stuff. So we grab this and align them to that height. And that brings that up. And then to fix this thing, we will just go here, here to there and make that just a nice smooth slope. Like that. So that'll get that all taken care of. Actually, they're all the same height, so that's fine. This needs to all just be the same height as well. Right now, this road would not be safe. Not at all. So let's just align it to the height of that. There we go. That takes care of that. And then we need to bring up this point here and this point here. And bring them way up. Like about, probably not that high. Just basically about the same height as that sign under there. Trying to see, there we go. That's probably a good height right there. And then we'll do the same thing. If I can grab these 2 points, we'll align them to that. And then we should be able to just smooth slope this. And make it not too terrifying. Yeah, it's not too bad. And then same thing here. Smooth slope this. From there to there. And again, not too shabby. So that on this side could actually do with probably a little gentler of a slope. So like from here to here. This one gets a little funky sometimes, though. It doesn't like the fact that it's going around itself. Sometimes it doesn't work, so we'll see. This is our high point. This is our low point. Yeah, it's not gonna do it. So that one is just gonna have to be weird, I think. What we'll do is raise that up to that height, and I think that'll help if we do that. Probably that one too. Oh, really? Are you sure? Okay, so what if I just smooth slope this then? Like just to there. Will that work? That's my high point. That's my low point. No, it still really, it dips down in a way that it doesn't need to. Which is strange. I think this needs to be higher up. So we're going to move all these up. Just a smidge. Just to where they look a little better. There we go. And then we're going to try to smooth slope this. Again, curves can get a little weird. But since it's not wanting to curve up under itself, it should, in theory, work. So from there to there. Yeah, see, that worked kind of nice. And now what I have is a reference point. So I can say, like, this be the height of that side. This be the height of right about there. And that looks pretty okay. I mean, it's a pretty massive infrastructure that we've got going there. And for some reason, this is higher? Why? I don't really understand why that got higher. The whole side over there's higher, too. How did that happen? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. That's how it happened. There we go. Now we're good. So now we can just continue our highway straight down across. Good God, I've been going 20 minutes already and haven't built a single damn highway yet. Awesome. So we can just bring that, turn anarchy off, so we can cross this railroad in a proper fashion. And then we will try to get this to snap. Why aren't you wanting to snap to the grid here, my friend? It doesn't. There we go. Okay, so let's try this instead. About there's where it would be for the proper gap. Yep. So then let's go ahead and bring this out a little farther. Bring this across. Oh, it won't. It'll go to there. So let's see if we can't get this side to do the same thing. That way they're a little uniform here. There we go. I was really hoping my bridge dividers would be in the same spot, so undo. Or not my bridge dividers, my road supports. I don't know why it's the bridge divider is on the wrong thing. So let's bring this. In fact, let's just bring it all the way across. Let's see if I can get away with that on both sides. Yeah, I can't, because it does weird things again. So we'll go to there, and then we'll go to here. Basically, I want my two bridges here to be the same as well. So we'll get rid of it again. It's work in progress. Elevated roadways are not my strength, if you couldn't tell. So we'll go to there, because I'm pretty sure we're safe. Where can you go to? So you go to there then, fine. And then we'll get rid of this side, because I'm pretty sure I can get that to match up just fine there. And then if we come across, like, there, and then come across the same, it still doesn't want to build the same type of bridge. So, why actually? And it is a bit lower, and it starts a little further back. So let's see if I can't trick it. So I've got a node there, I've got a node there. I don't, okay. So what I can do is somehow maybe get another node in here by bringing this one back. Like that. That works. Actually, let's do this differently. Let's bring these dudes over. Ooh, let's leave. Let's not make them wiggle, please. I don't want them to wiggle. I wanted to get... Oh, I clicked one. Let's use the arrow keys so I know I'm moving straight over. Let's get that kind of in the center of the river there. Just roughly. From kind of like all perspectives. Like that's center there, that's center there, that's center there. And that's pretty much center there. And then make sure these two are lined up. They are. So let's raise this side up to the same height as that side. That should help that cause out a lot. Same over here. Raise that up to there. And I know I can press H or whatever it is, but I always forget it's really a thing. And then how do I make this be what I want it to be? Can I do that? And then just bring this out and it won't try to make another bridge? Yes. But I now have that node there, so I now need to bring this node all the way over to where that one is. And then that's a problem because this is not here. So can I just delete, whoops, that whole bit and start over maybe? Like if I do that, I should be able to get them to line up now. Right about. Just trying to make sure that. Yeah, that's got it. And then we'll just align the heights here. Because I'm not convinced this needs to go that high. Like, I'm kind of happy with it just staying level to where it was. I don't know why it went so high. So let's grab all of this roadway now. First of all, let's flip this around. Just get it going the right way. Oh, screwed that up, didn't So let's now grab all of this stuff here. Like this whole section. Why is it not? I mean, I'm holding shift. There it goes. I must have been holding control instead. Oops, don't want that. There. And you and your friend over here at the bridge. Ooh, those are not quite lined up. We'll fix them in a minute. And there, and here, and here. And we're going to make all those the same height as right there. What does that do for us other than have a tree in the middle of it, which we can fix that. Goodbye, tree. Oh, another one. Here. There we go. The railroad is obviously a bit of a concern. So what we'll do is we'll grab... I turned off the move it tool. We'll grab like to here. Actually, we'll just do here, here, and there, and there. And let's bring those down a little bit. Not a whole lot, just enough so we've got clearance. And that should be fine. And that works for me. How does this look now? Does this look good? Yeah, it looks fine, I think. I think it works. I don't know why this looks so funky. But it does look funky. Maybe if we align this to that height. Yeah, that took care of the funk. So then we'll do the same thing on this side, because that side's looking a little funky too. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. And now the final piece of the puzzle is just getting our bridge back into shape here. Turn that snapping back on. So I'm dragging it in a straight line all the time. How's that look? I think it looks pretty good. We just, for some reason, have this end down here. I must have not selected that one when I was leveling everything. Possibility. There. Nice, flat roadway all the way out. And then we're going to bring it down to the ground. And then we'll have a place that we can eventually connect the city to down here. Now that we've wasted half an hour, roughly, building something to nowhere. I mean, we've just Ted Stevens the shit out of this, haven't we? Not everybody's going to get that reference, Brendan. Senator from Alaska, look up Bridge to Nowhere. Yeah, you'll understand. So that, I think, will be good. We can get a roundabout in here, but it's going to be tight. But it doesn't have to go off that direction. It can just go off that way and that way. And that'll be fine. Or it can go off that way and just make a tunnel through that little hill or something. I don't know. We'll see, but we'll worry about that next time. Because I think trying to get anything else done on this one will be just a little bit much. So yeah, we just built a highway interchange in half an hour. This is why I think a lot of other YouTubers do time-lapse, but I hate time-lapse. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it. I'll see you... What's happening, lag? Anyways, until then, I'm Brandon, and I'll see you in the next video.